Something smells a little fishy here.
Hello everybody and welcome to Gene's Reviews. Reviews from a regular dude. Where I do trailer reactions, I react to YouTube videos, I review YouTube channels, occasionally I'll review a movie, but really, I just do whatever the hell I want.
Hello everybody and welcome to Gene's Reviews. Reviews from a regular dude. We're going to do one today from Most Amazing Top 10. Top 10 Scary Hollywood Secrets. I'll bet there's a lot of Hollywood secrets out there.
Now, I love juicy Hollywood secrets. I feel like it's one of the most corrupt yet rewarding industries. Corrupt because as a woman, God knows how many directors and producers try to force themselves on you or make you sleep with them for the role of a lifetime. And of course, I'm sure the list of drugs going around at after parties is also endless. And
Roman Polanski.
Oh yeah, you pretty much
Sharon
nailed it
Tate.
there. Everyone always wants to know everything about the biggest Hollywood stars. I mean, when I was younger, I would dream about being a famous actress in Hollywood. But boy, the stuff that goes on down there is insane.
As both like aspiring actresses, like I'm like excited to enter the industry, but I'm always like, what could be happening?
What's gonna happen? Who knows? Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm your host, Lindsay Ivan.
I'm your other host, Eamon Hassan. And today we're going to be doing the top 10 scary Hollywood secrets. Starting us off with number 10 are drugs. This is honestly no secret at all. Hollywood is filled with drugs because contrary to popular belief, money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you a ton of drugs. If you don't want to take my word for it, take it from Dennis Quaid. The actor said he had dabbled in cocaine before becoming a star, but it was just for casual use. I love how that's so casual, like, oh, just cocaine for the casual use. In 1974, he moved to LA and his usage didn't get out of control until he started being on set for all these big mainstream movies. Quaid revealed that movie budgets disguised cocaine as petty cash to keep the drugs on set a secret. Moreover, it's freely given out on movie sets because it was just the norm back then and everyone was just doing it. He then shared his coke
Also to help keep them awake so they could work long hours, I'm sure.
addiction caused his life to fall apart, and it was because of Hollywood. Another prime example is obviously Matthew Perry, who plays Chandler on Friends. If you didn't know that, are you literally living under a rock? Now, he was seriously addicted to cocaine for like 3 full seasons of Friends, which he doesn't even recall filming. I didn't think
Okay, I didn't know that. I knew that he had a back injury and he had really severe back problems and he was addicted to pain meds. I didn't know it was that.
he was given out that sparingly though, but you know what they say, cocaine is the rich man's drug.
Moving on to number 9, we have the casting couch. So this is probably not the biggest secret anymore, but for quite some time it was. Basically, there's a lot of sleazebags in Hollywood. Some Hollywood directors or stars invite females over and, well, offer them roles in movies in exchange for certain favors. They call this the casting couch. It's absolutely disgusting. Like, they use their wealth and power to persuade innocent people. But sadly, a lot of people desperate for fame will agree to this. In an interview with GQ magazine, Megan Fox actually revealed the truth behind this. She said that numerous big Hollywood legends would invite her over for what she thought was just going to be like a meeting for a new opportunity. But when she got there, she realized their true intentions. She shut down several men throughout her career.
At number 8, we have ALFRED.
And the scary thing is, the bad thing is these guys are so powerful that they'll just ruin their career over it. Unless they, agree to it. And even then, sometimes they don't help them. So, they're just sleazebags.
Hitchcock. This one honestly pains me because I love his films, but he's such a misogynistic human being. Like, I'm like, oh. Since this film's
It was
emphasized
that
a
era.
voyeuristic viewpoint from the male protagonist, most female characters were almost just like stock characters. They were remote, usually blonde, sexy, and in the end they always got humiliated. With films like Psycho, Rebecca, and of course The Birds, the man achieved a lot but was a total dick. He once referred to actors as cattle, which I mean, you may be directing the movie, but they are literally bringing it to life. With The Birds, there was major controversy concerning Hitchcock and his treatment of the female lead, Tippi Hedren, who plays Melanie. After she was cast, Alfred became literally obsessed with her and would grab her out of
I heard
nowhere
that.
non-consensually and touch her sexually. He stalked her throughout shooting and would isolate her from the rest of the cast while whispering explicit things in her ear. Tippi obviously shut down all advances and he did not take that well. In the last phone booth attack scene, Tippi's face was cut by the glass pane and she said she was misled about the logistics of the scene. Or did Alfred just do it on purpose as revenge?
I
If
doubt
wasn't
that,
enough, he also
but-
signed her to a 7-year contract that restricted her ability to do work. This was actually never confirmed, but it came to light after he died, and even her co-star confirmed it. Apparently, he also taunted Tippi's daughter, Melanie Griffith, by giving her a wax figure of her mum in a coffin as a present when she was only 6 years old.
Making our way down the list.
Oh my hell, now that is warped.
So number 7, we have the Hollywood sign. So a lot of dark things go down in Hollywood, as
People
you
jumping
probably
off of it.
realize by now. One of them was the suicide of Peggy Twistle, a struggling Hollywood actress. She had dreams of making it big in Hollywood, but sadly that didn't happen. She was a successful Broadway actor, but didn't have much success in the film field. Her one role was a 15-second appearance in the movie Hazel's Cousins. The pressures of being successful in Hollywood, along with the Great Depression, kinda got to her. On the night of September 16th, 1932, she climbed to the top of the H on the Hollywood sign and jumped to her death. Now, this tragic incident actually had a huge influence on current pop culture. In the 2009 film Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief, the H in the Hollywood sign was made the entrance to the underworld. In Lana Del Rey's song Lust for Life, it starts with the lyrics, "Climb up the H of the Hollywood sign." It's assumed that these are both references to Peg's death.
Now, number 6 is
That's a sad thing. Why didn't she just go back to Broadway? She was a success on Broadway. Stage is much more fun than film anyway.
Jayne Mansfield. To be honest, I had not heard of Jayne until I started researching this video, but wow, she was actually gorgeous.
I've heard of her.
She was an American actress, singer, nightclub entertainer, and one of the first Playboy playmates. She was in movies like The Girl Can't Help It and Too Hot to Handle, and a bunch of more movies that came out way before I was born, and I haven't seen any of them.
Jayne Mansfield was basically just before Marilyn Monroe. I think Marilyn Monroe was probably trying to emulate Jayne Mansfield, in my opinion.
Now, in 1967, Jayne was in Mississippi doing some appearances, and on the 28th of June, the plan was to go to New Orleans for another appearance. So Jayne, her driver Ronnie, her attorney
Look at how naturally beautiful she is there.
Sam, and 3 of her kids got into the car and set off on their way. At around 2:30 a.m. on Highway 90, their car was speeding when it crashed into the back of a tractor trailer. The adults in the front died instantly, including Jayne, but her children thankfully walked away with minor injuries. Now, apparently Jayne was actually decapitated since the car had its top literally sheared off, and it looked like her hair was tangled in the windshield. But it turns out she just suffered from severe head trauma, as in her skull was crushed. I love how I was like, just severe head trauma, that's a lot. And the blonde hair was from the wig that she was wearing, apparently. It was this incident that propelled the NHTCA to start adopting an undried guard on their tractor trailers, which is sometimes called a Mansfield bar. Fun fact, one of her kids that survived was Mariska Hargitay, who you all must know from Law & Order Special Victims Unit. I literally used to watch her so much growing up, I was like, damn, she has a hard name. But then I realized people pronounce my name really badly, and I'm like, okay, at least my name's not Mariska Hargitay.
We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with The Cursed Project. The 1961 film The Misfits was filmed with old Hollywood stars like Marilyn Monroe, Montgomery Clift, and Clark Gable. So you would think it would be a big success, right? Not so much. In fact, this movie is said to be cursed. When filming, they experienced a number of setbacks and bad things would happen to them. Then, Gable died of a heart attack a few days after filming.
Wow.
Marilyn Monroe overdosed on set and then died barely a year later after the film was finished. And the night that the movie was airing on television, Cliff died of a heart attack. That's so spooky. Like, all 3 stars died very soon after the production ended. So it's thought that this movie is somehow cursed.
And number 4 is Superman. No, I'm not talking about Henry Cavill, but I honestly really wish I was. No, I'm talking about George Reeves, who not only played Superman on TV in Adventures of Superman, he was also Superman in the film Superman and the Mole Men. And also producer Chris just told me there was also a Christopher Reeves who also played Superman. But what made George notable was the manner in which he died or got murdered. On the 16th of June 1969, the LAPD reported that George had been shot in the head at some point between 1 and 2 in the morning.
I always heard that it was suicide, but I don't know.
The people in the house at the time were his fiancée Lenore and 4 other people. They all went out, some to a restaurant, whereas Reeves went to a friend's wrestling match. Around midnight he went to bed while 2 of the friends were downstairs just having a bit of a party. Apparently he came down and angrily told them to be quiet, then calmed down and stayed for a while, had a drink, and then went back to bed. All the guests were downstairs when a while later they heard a single gunshot, and by the time they went upstairs, they found him lying across the bed naked with a pistol between his feet. It looked like he had shot himself, and the friends took an awfully long time to call the police, so they were so shocked and so very drunk. One friend claimed his fiancée was actually upstairs with him and came down after the gunshot, telling everyone to tell the police she was downstairs the whole time. Alright, Lenore, you're a bit shady. There was no gunpowder on Reeves' hands, no fingerprints on the gun, the bullet was found in the ceiling, yet there were also multiple bullets in the ground, yet they all only heard 1 gunshot. On the flip side, George was also sleeping with Fixer and MGM VP Eddie Mannix's wife Toni at the time, but you'll find out about him later. He is a douchebag. Rumor had it that Eddie had mafia ties and found out about the affair and had him killed.
Probably.
So either his fiancée killed him, the mafia killed him, or he actually did commit suicide. I don't know.
Coming in at number 3, we have the mysterious death of Thelma Todd. At just the age of 29, Thelma Todd became a successful Hollywood star.
I don't know this
until
one.
December 16th, 1935, when she was found dead in her car in Joel Carmen's garage. Joel Carmen was an actress and wife of Roland West, who Thelma had the occasional fling with. The cause of death was carbon monoxide poisoning. However, her car wasn't running when they found her, and it still had fuel in the tank. As a result, this has become a huge Hollywood secret. No one truly knows what happened to her. Was it accidental, or was it her ex-husband seeking revenge? Maybe it was her business partner or secret lover.
Something smells a little fishy here.
Maybe even her shady agent. We really don't know. Now, West did say that he locked her out, which made her seek refuge in her car, and so she may have accidentally killed herself from having the car running in a closed garage. But autopsy revealed that she had damage to her throat. One popular theory is that she died at the hands of West, who then staged her death to look like an accident. There's just a lot of secrets surrounding the case. Someone knows what happened, but to this day, we truly don't know.
Now, at number 2 is the Fixer. Some believe any publicity is good publicity, but I mean, there's legitimately bad press out there. Like, if you're gonna get caught getting arrested for a DUI, or you go to jail for murder, that is bad publicity. You may have heard of this before, but in Hollywood, when someone gets to a bit of a sticky situation, they hire a fixer like Michael Sitrick to twist the negative stories into positive ones. I get why fixers are so important, since celebrities get into shit every week, but sometimes they protect the wrong people. For example, back in 1937, Patricia Douglas, a 20-year-old actress, went to an after party for the MGM annual sales convention. And just imagine this party as a giant Hollywood frat party where people can legit do whatever they want.
This guy looks like a real scumbag. It's all about the money, baby.
Because of how much money is just floating in the air. Either way, during the night, MGM sales exec David Ross, along with a friend, forced her to get drunk before sexually assaulting her. Patricia obviously wanted to press charges, and she did, but MGM got their fixer, Eddie Mannix, who I also mentioned beforehand, got him involved, and he made sure David's studio was never mentioned during the scandal. That in turn ruined Patricia's reputation, and Eddie somehow also got a portrayal in Hail Caesar, which is some sick kind of karma after ruining Patricia's life and God knows how many more.
And in our number one spot, we have the Poltergeist. This 1982 film has been scaring people for years, and not just from its creepy storyline. No, the film itself is cursed. In fact, it has been named the most cursed franchise in Hollywood. Brace yourself. It's about to get creepy. So first off, the skeletons used in the rainy pool scene were real skeletons. Yeah, apparently it was cheaper to get real ones than to make fake ones. So that's probably how the film became cursed. Then while filming a scene where a character gets choked by a robot clown doll, the actor actually got choked by the doll. Steven Spielberg thought that he was just doing a really realistic performance, but then noticed that he started to turn purple. That's not all. Multiple actors from the movies died tragically either during or after filming. Dominique Dunne, who played the older sister in the first movie, got murdered right after its premiere. Then 2 other actors died from cardiac arrest. And Lou Perryman, who was Pugsley in the movie, got brutally murdered by an ex-convict.
I'm pretty sure that's a mistake. Pugsley was from the Addams family. They're talking about Poltergeist here. The little girl on the screen, she died right after the filming. I'm pretty sure that was just a mistake.
So, yeah, too many freaky coincidences for the film not to be cursed.
And that's it for today's video, guys. Hollywood, it's a bit of a mess.
Well, that was top 10 scary Hollywood secrets from Most Amazing Top 10. Now, time for a joke. How did the hipster burn his mouth? He ate the pizza before it was cool, man.
Thank you, everybody. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hashtag Mean Gene, all that fun stuff. And if you like this video, tell all your friends, leave a comment down below. And if you didn't like it, then just shut up. And I will see you next time.